on. Lord.
Prepare for battle.
We're both awful. What now? It's coordinated at least that we both turned it on. And actually, my settings got reset, so we're gonna pop over to this matchup here. Smooth drag. What a beautiful function that is.
Excellent.
Back in the game here, and well, we'll see how the lanes do turn out. But some introductions for NaVi US. It's going to be Snaking. He's going to be on that Jakiro. Fog going to be on the Ancient Apparition. Already an early ward going down for them. It's going to be Korok on the Nyx Assassin in the mid lane. Ush, the not officially a recent addition, but has been playing with NaVi US quite a bit. Not playing any longer, obviously, with the sneaky Nyx Assassins. He is going to be on the Lycan, and then we've got Leader of Tears, or Way 2. He's wandering through the jungle. He's going to be on that Wraith King.
Yep, and then on the side of Sneaky Nyx Assassins, we have IX Mike playing the offlane Bat Rider. In the mid lane, we're going to have TC playing the Necrophos, and supporting in the bot lane, we're going to have Fluff and Stuff playing the Bane. With him is going to be Whitebeard on the Ogre, Magi, and playing the CK is going to be Brex.
Oh, that's a very nice D-word for them early. They're able to grab that one, yeah. And Mott Pack's going to be joining us from the standard Deviants, St. Dev's stats. And looking forward to this game. Looks like it is going to just be a defensive tri-lane for NaVi US. The off-lane, Jakiro, that's going to be Snake King, sort of the EG style of play. Brax, he's sitting on a haste rune here, and that's going to be pretty powerful early here. If this Jakiro overextends, they are going to have a very strong pair of stuns, but they might be hard-pressed to kill him. Jakiro does have a decent amount of HP.
Yeah, I think if he gets stunned here, he might just fall. Okay, it looks like they are going to use the Ignite.
And there's taking some damage, Snaking. At about half HP, drops down the Liquid Fire, buys the TP scroll before he dies. Does not seem like he thinks he's going to get out of here, but Brax diving deep below the tower. And they're not going to be able to grab that kill, and that's a lot of damage Brax has taken. He's going to have to use the Clarity already, but that Ignite is going to be extremely annoying for Snake King to deal with.
And actually that was pretty good for Snaking, because now this lane is pushing, there's 2 range creeps, so he's going to end up getting a bunch of experience. He doesn't have a salve, as he did start with the boots build, so he's not going to be able to regen up quite as much as he would like, but he's going to get some decent experience out of this.
Yep, and continuing forward, checking out the mid lane, it's going to be TC on the Necro going up against the the Sneaky Nyx Assassin, the Nyx Assassin. And this seems like it's not a great lane for Korok. I think it gets a little bit better once he gets a couple levels here, but it's really hard for him to harass the Necrophos out of lane because of Sadis. And I think if TC gets a decent amount of blast hits, this lane should just be pretty easy for him.
Yeah. And then you also have to consider the Heartstopper aura, which is at level 1, always going to be... It basically ruins his base regen.
Yeah. Nice against heroes like that, against Ogre, so extremely annoying ability in lane. And once it gets maxed out, it is a fairly large amount of damage as well.
Yeah.
So what kind of build do you normally favor on the mid lane Razor? Or, sorry, mid lane Necrophos?
I think you just get 1 point in Heartstopper aura, and then you max your other skills.
Yep, I think that's the normal build. Some people do like maxing Heartstopper, but the Death Pulse is nice.
It's just like, the problem with doing that is that in team fights, like in the early team fights, you really need the Sadis to be maxed so that when you get a kill, you get all that regen.
Yeah, bring it all back around. And TC is doing just fine in this mid lane. Korok struggling a little bit. Does have the bottle, so is recovering, and rotation here going to move in, but that is that's not going to work. There's a ward here. Fluff and Stuff is here, and no problems for them.
Yeah, and Fluff just supporting IX Mike in the offlane, trying to make sure that he gets his early
TC.
levels.
He's going to go down in the mid lane as there is a first blood on the Jakiro. They dive far behind the tower, so trading kills here early, but Whitebeard the one to actually pick up the first blood. And oh my god, Korok 40 HP.
Huh, I'm actually surprised that TC died to that. They didn't know that Wraith King was near the mid lane.
Yeah. Whitebeard goes down to a neutral. Looks like that was intentional.
Yeah.
He bought out.
Gonna do the efficient buff to neutrals.
Korok reflects. At least he can reflect the death pulse. That's something I didn't think about. It's a very slow projectile, very easy to dodge, and if that gets maxed out, that's actually, you know, it just negates the fact that it happened in the first place. So
yeah.
Fog caught up here by his sleep. Ush farming away, 20 last hits, taking some decent damage, but does not appear to be any issues. And bottom lane, they're going to try to kill Snake King. Again, they body block him, and oh, he is going to go down. Brax is taking a lot of damage in this lane, but also has an Orb of Venom. That's an interesting item for him. Be able to just kite down Jakiro.
I'm actually surprised that the Orb of Venom just isn't on the Ogre.
On the Ogre,
yeah. Just because I think it's a little better on Ogre, and then it's kind of just a wasted item slot on CK.
Yep.
But it's fine. They are going to get 2 kills in this bottom lane onto the Jakiro, and Snake King having a bit of a rough time. It is sometimes rough in these lanes with lots of stuns as a Jakiro, if they have the damage to kill you.
And Ignite is a lot of damage, and then obviously the stun and the CK stun. And then they can pull you back again, even if you try to run away. So, very annoying lane for Snake King. Is going to have to be careful here, and small rotation is coming in for Fluff and stuff.
He might
Snake King looks pretty dead.
Again. Yeah, looks like he is actually going to die again.
It seems pretty unavoidable here. Fluff and stuff is going to block him. Oh, he even gets pulled back by Brax. Not even going to have to use any abilities on Fluff and stuff. And easy kill on a Snake King.
Yeah. And, I mean, this is sort of the danger of this, this hero in the offlane, is that you can't really retreat to the jungle. And it looks like they're going to make a go on TC. He gets stunned in the mid lane, but Way2's not going to make a go yet. Yeah, but he can't really retreat into the jungle quite yet. I think he needs maybe level 3 Liquid Fire.
Before he just hightails it in there. And oh, TC in mid lane, gonna take some damage here. There's the Impale as well. TP is coming in. Is it gonna be enough to save TC? Oh, very nice. Nightmare keeps him alive for the moment. Looks like he is gonna live through it, and Korok is actually gonna die to this death pulse. Down he goes. Wow. Some nice regen there for TC after getting very low.
Yeah, really well played by them. And good rotation by Fluff and stuff to come in and give him the sleep. Might not have been necessary, but
yeah.
And
well, quick pause here, and
so if we look at the CS in the game, Ush the leader with 38. Not too surprising, as there hasn't been really any action top. CK has been involved in a couple kills, so that's why he's a little bit behind. In the mid lane, TC's ahead by about 10 CS, so he's doing quite well in the mid lane. Pretty much to be expected, as it is a range versus melee matchup. And Necro just a really annoying hero to deal with 1v1.
Yeah, absolutely. Extremely obnoxious to deal with, and we are going to get back underway here. No, we're not. 14 ping, but 100% packet loss. That sounds like US
sounds
East
like not
to
14
me.
ping.
Yeah, I mean, this is just the beauty of this new.
Yeah, it never used to be like that either.
They're just always broken. And
I just remember like a year ago, there was never any lag or packet loss or anything. Yeah, well, I blame Dota's getting too big, too many people, not enough servers.
Volvo, please give servers.
Buy more servers.
Oh man. And hopefully we'll get back underway here soon enough.
And it does look like there is a single stack for IX Mike in this jungle. Only one. Sitting at about 500 gold. So his Blink Dagger probably not going to be the quickest.
This is not going to be like a 7-minute Blink Dagger unless he suddenly gets several kills here.
Probably need to be stacking a bit more for him so that he can get his early Blink.
Yep. And Brax, where do you go with items as the Chaos Knight? If you're, I mean, you're don't have a Wisp to back you up.
So Armlet is always good. I mean, it's obviously you get Shreds, and then you need drums for the mana, but you don't really want drums.
Yeah.
So you probably get Treads, drums, a wand, and Armlet most likely, or I think you just go armlet. I've also seen Sage and Yasha, but
Yeah.
that hasn't really yielded very good results.
I could
think
see an argument for it since there's no Wisp to give him a little bit of extra mobility, but I agree. It's been lackluster in my experience.
Although the one issue with going armlet against AA is that
It doesn't work.
it doesn't work.
Yeah. That is certainly an issue. And all these people talking about the weather. It is extremely cold in the Northeast, and it's getting to be that time of year, you know, where it gets a little cold. Where you're from somewhere warm, right?
Yeah, Arizona.
Yeah, that's warm. I was in Arizona last week.
Like Brax is in Arizona is saying it's cold. Fucking clown.
I don't know, man. When I was in Arizona last week, and it was like 80 degrees and perfect during the day. It was great.
That's 80
I was
right
very
now.
jealous. And then I came back to the U.S. or I came back to Boston rather, and there was snow on the ground. And I was
Came to
like,
the US.
whatever, man. Came back to Boston, and there's just snow on the
We're
ground,
not
and
in
I'm
the US, we're
crying.
in Mexico.
Arizona, you know, it just feels like a generic West Coast place. I don't know.
It really is.
I was in Phoenix. It was okay.
Phoenix is kind of an ugly city, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I wasn't in Phoenix, but near Phoenix.
Yeah, I know, yeah, still.
Yeah, it was pretty boring, you know. Lots of cacti and
Yeah.
oh boy, Snaking just stunned a creep here, so he's gonna have to go back to base. Korok comes in. He does have the Vendetta up. He might try to kill TC, but I think he probably needs some assistance here. Seems pretty tough for yeah. In comes Way2. There's the impale. It's gonna hit. Way2 just barely has enough mana here after getting followed up by Korok, the mana burn. And that's going to bring down TC, and Ush is going to grab himself a Hand of Midas here. That's pretty good timing considering he also has boots.
Pretty annoying. They need a sentry in this mid lane, and TC needs to play a bit more careful just because that's already happened one time where he got impaled into the stun coming out from Wraith King. And he just can't survive if both of these stuns are coming out.
Yep. That's
This looked
absolutely
like
true.
Korok did go for the Urn of Shadows, but I don't think I've ever seen this on an Nyx before.
And that's indicative of probably more aggressive play. He'll be roaming around the map a little bit more, trying to actively participate in kills, and it does fit the hero's playstyle, but a lot of times we see like a fast Blank Dagger or even a Dagon is pretty reasonable on Nyx, so anything to just help you burst down people. And Urn, I guess, sort of serves that role in a little bit less impactful capacity.
And it does look like they are going to get this tower.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Ush with the last hit. And have they gotten any damage? No damage on the bottom tower for Sneaky Nyx Assassins. As Brax does pick up his treads. And I imagine he also has a bottle, but I imagine we'll be seeing a
Dire's middle
drums
tower is
next
under
from
Yeah,
him.
it seems kind of mandatory. I mean, you look at his mana pool, and it's like, oh, that is not a lot, even if he's on in treads, and the drums definitely
I
assist
mean,
with that.
they did make it a little better with they made the ult cost a bit less mana, I believe. But so it's 125 at level 1, and then you've got 40 on your stun and 70 on your pull.
Yeah, can you even do everything if you have? It looks like it'd be close.
No, you can't.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Oh, no, you can. That's right. I was looking at the first
Yeah,
number.
Fogg's gonna get caught here. I think they're gonna kill him. Seems pretty unlikely he's gonna get out of this one. 3 second stun. Yeah, Fogg is mega dead. He goes down, and Ush is retreated to the jungle here. Vladimir's offering is gonna be finished up here in just a little bit. So once that's done, look for him to maybe move towards the Roche pit. They can win a fight and then just wander in there. Dire still do have fairly convenient access, but since this change, it is a little bit easier for Radiant to get in there as well. But I think it's still, you know, you get a couple kills, fairly easy for Lycan to just pop in there.
And Way2 has gotten his level 6 at 9 minutes, so pretty good timing for him. Although Ogre is also level 6, and that's a very important level for this Ogre.
Yeah, that new multicast is pretty
ridiculous.
pretty nice. Yeah. And, oh, they see Korok moving in, and he's gonna know that the jig is up, and
That's a really important sentry ward.
I mean, that's a pretty crucial. He would have been mega dead. No
he
way he's
would've
getting
been
out of that one. So good stuff here, and Ush. I think Ush he's been playing pretty well with this team. Have you watched him play with this roster much?
I've only seen him play one game. That was against Sna, actually, and they lost.
Yeah. Well. Oh, Brax.
Nah, he's gonna be fine.
He's fine. No stuns here to lock him down. And speaking of level 6, Fogg's actually getting pretty close. Almost has his own level 6. Fluff and Stuff stuck in the jungle. He is caught here. And that's another easy kill for NaVi US. And they've just been getting a couple pickoffs here. I mean, now that they've sort of stemmed the bleeding on snaking, dying in the bottom lane, they're wandering around here with Korok. They have way too assisting him, and it's just pretty easy kills for them. So
yep, they also have the Howl if they need a bit of extra damage. And
Ush maybe is dead here. 4-second stun. That is very unfortunate. He's gonna go down.
Oh, and they get it with the Reaper set. That's actually a really huge deal. He's now dead for an entire minute.
Yep.
And that hurts.
They're gathering up in the mid lane. Are there any sentries to spot out the Nyx here? Does not look like it. But Ush was farming extremely well. 80 last hits here at 10 minutes. Has his Vlads finished up. And boots in the Midas as well. So he is farming extremely well.
IX Mike, almost at his Blink Dagger, has the bottle up. And he's going to have that quite soon. I imagine we'll see him pick up the smoke and look for a kill.
Movement here on the mid lane. Fluff, he does get caught by a stun. There's the long range infill. That's enough to bring down Fluff and Stuff. In comes the TP. Whitebeard gonna toss out, get the multicast there on Fire Blast and Snaking. He's gonna go down once again, and he cannot just figure out how to stay alive this game. 1-4. Tough game.
Yeah, I think they're okay with trading those kills on the side of Sneaky Nyx Assassins. They only lose the Bane. They're able to kill the core THD. It was a 4v5, so... And Fogg was actually farming the top lane.
And Fogg now has that level 6, as you saw come in during that initial blast there. And that's obviously the very important level for the Ancient Apparition. That ultimate is extremely powerful, and he's just going to look to farm these side lanes, shoot those ultis into fights, and I mean, for the most part, he won't really come to these fights unless they know it's going to be a big 5-on-5 engagement and they can benefit from the chilling touch. But he would much rather just be farming out these side lanes, trying to get up in Aghanims or Force Staff as quickly as possible.
And I mean, this is like one of the real benefits to having the Lycan on your team, especially on Dire, is that once you get, it's usually about level 5.
Oh, Snaking. Oh boy. He's dead again. Gets caught by the Scythe. Mike, though, might be in some trouble. There's the Impale. That's an extra stun as well. Vendetta coming in. There's the Ignite. Throwing it across the river is Whitebeard, and they're going to march up here. It does not look like NaVi US can do too much to stop this. They might need Ush's assistance, but he's just heading out.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. Like I was saying, one of the really good benefits of having Lycan is that once he gets about level 5, sometimes people wait till level 7, but usually at level 5, you can start farming the jungle, which we saw, and then you give the lane over to the Ancient Apparition. And then he's able to get his levels up much quicker than in a normal circumstance.
Yeah, and they smoke up. They're going to look to get a kill here. Ush, maybe the target, does have the shapeshift up, but if he gets caught by a 4-second stun, he's going to be dead. It looks like he might make it up.
And Whitebeard is level 8, so doing really well for himself on this support ogre. Does have the max Fire Blast, 2 levels of Ignite, and a point in Bloodlust. Looks like they might be able to just pop the ults.
Yeah, he's going to try to keep that from popping, and looks, no, just barely. Not going to be able to. The Ignite going to make sure he goes down there, and unfortunately they're not going to be able to get anything out of that. And that level 1 timer is extremely long.
No.
So
it's actually
it goes down
worth,
for free.
Yeah, it's worth using a bunch of abilities just to take his ult off, because it is such a long cooldown at level 1.
A little over 4 minutes, 260 seconds, so that's considerable. Yules is the option here for TC.
Is under attack.
And that's an interesting item choice. I mean, I guess it helps isolate the Lycan in the fights, also can help them stop against the Nyx from engaging on them. What do you think of that item choice?
I suppose it can also disjoint stuns. Like, if he gets the Vendetta hit, he can just Yules, or if he sees the Wraith King stun, he can Yules it.
Yeah, interesting item choice.
Besides that, not a real common item. We see usually Necrophos just tend to buy a bunch of tank items.
Yeah, like Mech or Atos. Korok moving in on the bottom lane. Looks like he cannot line up the infill there finally. They do catch him with the stun, and he is going to go down very easily there. Even use the AA ulti as well. Brax gets exploded. Blink Dagger was picked up here for Korok, so normal mobility item, help him get in position for those stuns, and sometimes that even ends up being a little mini Ravage depending on how well you can line it up.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Yeah, it
under
looks like
attack.
we're probably going to see a tower trade here. I don't think either team's going to be able to get in
Dire's
position to
top
defend these
tower
towers.
is under
But
attack.
NaVi US might get the better end of this exchange as they are going to be
Radiant
pushing the mid lane
structures
at the
are
same time.
fortified.
Yeah, and
Dire's top tower.
they're just looking to
Radiant's
put some
bottom
pressure
tower
on the
is
map
falling.
here, take down a couple of tier 1s there. They get one in the bottom lane. They're going to try to get middle as well, which is now in
It is
deny range.
deniable.
So we'll see if the Wolf can get this one. How good is
And they
Ush's
have
micro?
Wolf again.
Well, Korok goes in. There's the glyph. He gets caught. This could be a bad situation for him. He's going to get punished brutally for that. But on the bright side, the tower does go down.
not get
Lycan does
denied.
get the last hit.
Yeah.
Dire's
So that
top
was actually
tower
quite
has
important.
fallen.
Korak made a little bit of a error because they had used the glyph, but then the bottom tier 1 died.
Yeah,
so the
so they
glyph
rehabbed
refreshed.
it.
Radiant's bottom tower
And
is
I
under
don't think he
attack.
considered that when he went in, because he had
Yeah.
the double damage, and he blinked in, and then it got glyphed. And
Yeah, I'm sure he was like, oh my god, that patch changed as soon as he did that. Very frustrating for him.
sometimes it takes a while to get used to these changes, especially when you're so used to something. And
Yeah,
then,
that's a pretty major change. Like, all right, they use glyph, we can go in now, and then it's like, oh my god, they have another glyph. Fog's sitting in the jungle here. He wants to toss in the ulti
Dire's
if there is an
top tower
engagement.
is under attack.
But a lot of heroes moving in through the jungle. They actually smoke to help reposition for this one. This will be a 4v4 engagement. The Batrider could very quickly make it a 4v3 though, and while they get the fire blast, it's going to be on Korok. He is going to go down here. Ulti is going to come in. There it catches on 3, but that sentry again proving to be very important, and the Wolves going to peck down here on the supports, but I think they're a bit too tanky.
this ogre is actually getting really big. If you look at net
I
worth,
mean, he's just been walking around and getting kills.
I mean, Navi US almost have 3 supports this game, because Snake King's really not having the impact you'd want from your offlaner. I mean, he hasn't bought any wards this game, so he is getting fairly close to that Yule Scepter, but, you know, struggling mightily to find farm, and he has put a little bit of pressure on towers, but I'm not sure that they've been using this THD pick up to maybe as well as they would have liked to, but
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think they're not getting the value out of it that they're hoping, but he is going to be going for the Yules next, which will help him definitely disengage against the Batrider. Also lines up the ice path extremely well, so maybe
Yeah,
he'll
it's
be a
really
little bit more
strong against
active.
Batrider.
Way too, it's 15 seconds for his ulti to come back up. Does not want to die before that happens. They're going to move forward here on Fog. There's the Yules, and Nightmare, that Whitebeard up in the air. He does have the ulti on him. He's going to go down. There is a grip onto way to it. He is 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Is he going to get the ulti off? Yes, he is. Just at the last second. Snake King going to go down, though. And now, way too maybe a bit stuck here. Fog drops down a nice Vortex, slows them down. And actually, max Vortex this game from Fog. And oh, way too might be dead again. 3 seconds stun. There's the Reaper's Scythe, and that comes in. He's dead forever, for basically ever. I mean, over a minute, 18 minutes, so long.
surprisingly enough, we're not seeing Ush go for the standard book 3 build on his Lycan, instead opting for a faster BKB,
Yep, she already
which is
has.
a little surprising to me considering there's no book counters.
Yeah, and I mean, the other argument you can make is that there's a Fiend script already, there's the Lasso already, a little bit of an engagement here in the mid lane. Ulti did go out, Korok gonna try to make it out of here, not enough mana for the Vendetta, but looks like he is just gonna go down. Oh, he actually already is. Sticks up, uses it. Fluff gonna die as well. And this is a mess in the mid lane. Snake King, he's gonna die. The multicast, double kill for IX Mike, and now Ush is coming in the side. Can he actually do anything here? Is the question. He's going to turn on the shapeshift, wants to smack Whitebeard. There's a Fire Blast available, but is that going to be enough? There's the BKB usage. Now he needs to. One, is he going to get more than that? He wants to kill Brax as well, who does get body blocked by the Illusions ulti coming out for Fox and doesn't even need it. Double kill for Uch. Walmart. As he,
BKB certainly paying off in that particular situation, but yeah, I mean, I suppose BKB prevents him from getting Reaper Scythed and killed by it, but they do have the Fiend script, the Lasso, so it's not going to be very useful in that. And usually when you're against these ults that disable your hero, you can just buy a book and
yeah, and the book can
use
do
it.
the work for you.
yeah.
Ush is going to continue farming here. We'll see if that is the next item for him. That would not surprise me. much at all.
It could be related to how well snaking is doing in this game, because I think had snaking been having a better game, he may have opted for the book, just because they would have more pushing presence with both the Jakiro and the Lycan. But at this point in time, since snaking is struggling, maybe he thinks he just has to go for the carry Lycan build.
And Korok is Vendetta. He is safe for the moment. There is no detection on these two heroes, and there is on Whitebeard though. So
Yeah,
see if
Sentry
they
is
spot.
dropped.
They definitely know he's in the vicinity
Spotting.
now, and Korok has to be careful here. They dropped on another sentry. That's a well-placed sentry right there. Gives them vision into the woods and in the lane. Now Ush is joined in. Vendetta is worn off, and they're just going to continue farming the lane here. Oh, smoke coming in though. Snaking drops down the ice path, completely whiffs. Does have the Yules for setup, but not able to use that. There's one stun on Whitebeard. He gets dual breath as well. Pushed him up in the air. Korok comes in, gets the infill. Manabird coming in. Bog gonna catch Fluff and stuff with the ulti. Whitebeard gets a multicast, but he looks extremely dead as he is just stuck in place. Gonna get right click down here by Ush, who is on a killing spree.
Dire's bottom tower
He's
is
so
under attack.
tanky.
Yeah, he has a lot of HP.
I mean, he just survived for...
Flame booster.
Oh,
Oh,
snaking.
oh
What is
boy.
that?
And Brax is fine. Alright.
I mean,
Snaking appears to be tilting.
I'm not sure what that was.
He blew the ice path without using the Yules, completely missed. And then TP's down bottom.
Because I think... Did he TP bottom?
He TP bottom, ice path, dropped down the macro pyre, and then died.
Yeah. I'm not sure why he decided to TP into 4 illusions.
Maybe he was hoping that the macro pyre would kill him, but they didn't, so he died.
And Brax does pick up his own BKB.
Yep, and TC taking some damage in the lane of ulti. Just barely, though.
The TC does have his Blink Dagger, his Eul Scepter, so he does have a lot of mobility on this Necrophos right now. They can use the Blink Euls to find pickoffs. It's sort of a pseudo-disable. It does cancel Blink Daggers, so pretty good in that regard. And he is working on his Agadim Scepter. Probably the best item on Necro in terms of how it functions in the late game. Just because if you find a key pickoff, most likely this game probably on the Lycan, then you can just win the game off the back of a well-timed kill with Reaper's Scythe.
And Way 2 has his own Blink Dagger. All the supports in this game are pretty farm. Snaking really the only one under farmed, and he is brought back here. Lasso going to pull him back. They get a nice ulti there by Fogged. He has been on target with these. Vortex going to go down. That's not going to catch IX Mike, and he is going to have to pop up the Firefly, head into the jungle here, and they're going to have to be careful. Roche, or the little Rocheling courier running away as well. Looks like they're not going to get anything out of this, and that's 4 heroes roaming down into the jungle, and oh boy, Ush, he may be in some trouble here. Does have the BKB available there. They chain the stuns together, and he gets scythed down.
Oh my god, 90 seconds.
That is actual forever. That's ridiculous.
Dire's middle tower is under
He's going for
attack.
the AC next, so he's really just going for the full carry. Like
And that's
you're
the
mentioning.
problem. When you are against these heroes and you can't get your BKB off, then... I'm just not sure. I mean, the Fire Blast is pretty much an instant stun. It's not completely instant because there is like a small cast time. But the Grip instant, you know, the Lasso fairly instant. You have to have very good reactions to deal with Lasso, and I don't know, I think they can catch him out with these stuns before he's able to use his BKB, so...
Dire's
Yeah, I
top
mean,
tower
that
is
seems
under
like it.
attack.
That was a perfect example of what could very easily
He
continue to happen to him.
definitely... They need to have people behind him at this point. Just so that they can counter-initiate. If they're able to either cancel the
boy.
blink...
TC has an Ags.
Yeah.
That is... Well, now we can't buy back either, so that's a big item. I mean, it clears out pushes extremely well. I mean, just killing the Lycan with it, killing
Dire's bottom tower
the Wraith
is
King
under
with it could be
attack.
decent. I mean, there's a lot of good options here. They do get the Lasso, the Ice Path is here. Mike's still gonna pull him back. Brax starts forward, and they're fighting in the back as well. Way2 still has the ulti available. Down goes Korok to the Chaos Knight. Whitebeard, he's stuck. There's Reality Rip. Bringing Snaking close to him, who is about to go down. 47 HP. Whitebeard gets the multicast on the Fog. There's the Reaper's Sight. That's going to bring him down. And this is a huge problem for Navi US, as they're going to lose all 5 heroes. They're not going to get anything out of it. They get 5-man white. There's no way Ush makes it out of this. Oh, he does have the BKB. He's going to try to fight back. Maybe he can bring down Ush, or the Brax rather, and he does, but what a disaster fight that was. Ush, the only one who lives through it.
Yeah, Sneaky Nyx Assassins didn't even have their Bane in that engagement. Bane was pushing the top lane, getting some experience, and he's up to his level 11, working on his own BKB, and I mean, if Fluff is able to farm this BKB, I think Navi US are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that one, and Brock needs to be careful here.
Dire's
Looks like he's gonna be alright. They get the tower back off.
Yeah. I thought that fight might have gone a little better for Navi US, considering that they did catch Ix Mike in the ice path, but...
You know, and this is, I mean, they don't really have any great clear...
Honestly, they have no damage when Lycan's not alive.
Yeah, and they have no way to really clear out the illusions by Chaos Knight, you know? He just, they have the ulti from Fogged, and and Macro Pyre if he like wanders into it,
and
but...
Liquid Fire. I mean, they have like decent tools.
Okay, yeah. So they don't have like an Epicenter or an Earthshaker or anything like that to really clear them out.
Liquid Fire will decrease the attack speed of all the illusions, so they're not going to be doing as much damage.
And man, Snake King is second lowest net worth in the game. This is not going well for him.
Yeah.
AC is done for Ush, so he's able to put out even more damage here. They're going to move forward onto TC. There's the shapeshift for Ush. He's going to be running forward. There's the Howl. And are they going to be able to get TC here? It looks like they are going to be able to. The Wolves clean him out. Brax moves forward on Fogged. He's going to have to be careful, though, because there is a lot of support here. The Blink Dagger's going to be up in just a second. He has to pop the BKB. Multicasted, brought back. There's the Fire Blast onto Ush. Ignite gets tossed out as well, and that is going to stop that Urn charge, but... Oh, good pick off there for Navi US. That might give them some opportunity in the next fight. Oh, they're going to go for Roshan. That's a good choice.
Yep. And they should be able to get this fairly uncontested unless TC decides to buy back, and they're just going to kill it way too fast anyways. I expect to see Way2 sort of transition into a semi-kill at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he has a lot of farm.
Yeah.
Well, and has to be careful here. He is going to catch him. He blinks up onto the hill. They use that interaction with the Carapace and the Firefly to stop him, and they get a nice kill for themselves.
He's sitting on the Firefly.
Poor Way2. Not to be able to blink down here for a little bit. There's a gem on the ground now.
Do they know that there's a gem there?
Oh,
they don't know there's a gem there.
God.
Way2?
Way2. You should look at your hero occasionally.
Maybe he was buying items or looking at something.
Yeah, or looking at something else. Ush. Whoa. Okay. That was pretty lucky. Ush almost gets a nice pick off there in Brax, but ends up being the neutral in the end.
Boots of Travel. That's kind of an interesting pick or choice for this game. I guess it's gonna provide him with a lot more split push, so.
Yep. And do you think now, I mean, is it still worth it to go for something like a Necrobook at this point, or does he go for just like full-on carry with like, I don't know, a Desolator or something?
Abyssal Blade, Desolator.
Abyssal Blade, yeah.
Regeneration.
So you think he should just continue on this right-click path?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I think you can't go Necro, not as your first main item. I just know it's not efficient at that point because it's gonna die too fast. Oh, apparently Brax had 1 HP when the neutral creep killed him. Pretty crazy.
That's Ush will be very sad to find that one out. And they're gonna continue moving through the jungle here. Navi US slowly taking over map control here, it seems like, as they are just pushing Nyx into their own side of the map, just getting constant pickoffs here. Korok, a big part of that one with this grid initiation between the Vendetta and the Blink Dagger. There is a Sentry Ward down. Now Ush is just going to run forward here. They can't really stop to do anything about this, otherwise the whole team will be coming in. Ush does pop off the BKB very early, can't connect with anyone. Korok wrapped up. There is the Chaos Knight going to work, but no Brax. He's the one now getting brought down. There's a very late grip, and that is going to keep the fight under control for the moment. Reality Rip back, that's going to kill Korok. Down goes Ninth Path. Is this enough to cover their retreat? Aegis is still available for Ush. He wants to re-engage her, but needs to be careful. There's a blink away by way too sexy. It looks like Ush has aborted this mission. He's running out through the bottom. What snaking? It's going to go down yet again. Korok also falling in this fight, and 2 for 0 for the Nyx Assassins. And when these big fights happen, they just don't seem to be able to deal with the Bat Rider. They don't seem to be able to deal with the Fiend's Grip. You know, those 2 abilities are just carving apart Ruin in these fights.
Yeah, I don't think they should have actually engaged that. The AA ult was off target at the start of that fight. Lycan was ulting from the side trying to flank, but they had already retreated, and then they just sort of dived. But
Radiant's
after Lycan is
bottom tower
ulted,
is
there
under
was no
attack.
one was in range to blink and then provide disable so that he could just start mowing down people. And since the AA ult had already missed, I
Radiant's
think they would have been
bottom
better
tower
served
is under
to
attack.
just back off after the AA ult miss, even if they were gonna waste the Lycan ult. It's not too long of a cooldown. It is on a 60-second cooldown with the...
Uh-oh, Ush might be going to be using the Aegis here involuntarily. He gets pulled back underneath the tower, and down he is going to go. Does have the BKB as well as the shapeshift wheel. Can he get it off, or is he going to get stuck? He's going to try, but there is not... Oh, there's no Fiend's Grip available for 13 seconds. There's the scythe that actually does stop him in place, does not take any damage from it. So it looks like, oh no, fuck, he goes for it. It's caught out by Brax. No, he's still alive, running back through the fight. Whitebeard just going down here, getting carved apart by Ush. Now Ush trying to just find a target to hit. Necro lifts himself up in the air with the Yules, but he's gonna go down here. Fog with the nice ult, he catches onto a few Brax. He's gonna go down. Snaking still alive, just barely, still falls in the end, but everyone is dead from the Nyx Assassins. What a great turnaround there. Fog staying alive, being able to get that ulti off at the end of the fight, and Ush just with so much damage in that fight.
They overcommitted a bit onto Ush, considering he had the Aegis. I think killing
Radiant's
him once
bottom
was
tower
fine,
has fallen.
but after you've already committed the lasso, you need to just back off at that point, because he
Double
BKB'd, he ulted, and then they even tried to use the Reaper Scythe to get enough disable to where his BKB would cooldown and they'd be able to disable him, but...
Looks like they're going to charge into the base. Korok's move forward here. There's the Yules up in the air. Ush is in a little bit of a precarious spot there. He is all right. Now Korok getting pulled back, and it seems like he just keeps dying to this Gas Knight. Going to try to get an impale off. Does get it off. Way2's going to die with 10 seconds left on his ulti. And now it's NaVi US who are overcommitting into the base.
Yeah.
Ush lives, though. He's just going to continue pushing out these lanes.
Yeah, but, I mean... That's a mistake that a lot of teams make, where they, after they kill the person with the Aegis, they think, well, we might be able to get more. They get a little bit greedy and then just overcommit, and they end up paying the price there for sneaking Nyx Assassins. But at the same time, NaVi US sort of returned the favor a little bit, committing on the base. They do get decent damage on the tower, so not too bad for them.
Yeah, but when you do things like that without a level 3 Necro book, then you
Yeah.
know it's much harder for that tower to actually go down. If there's a level 3 Necro book in that fight, almost guaranteed that tower probably does go down. But
They do kill it so fast if they're able to just right-click it, though, with the liquid fire. And
That's
I
true.
mean, Lycan still does a lot of damage with this hero. It's just not as safe without the Necro book.
yeah, you can't just
For sieging.
send in the clowns
Yeah.
and sit back. But new ward, I love this new ward. You know, I don't really
Which one?
care about wards very much, but this new one, with the little bat owl thing hanging, this
Oh.
one, it's
Where
so
is
good.
it? Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
big fan of that ward. Just have to point that one out. And
I need.
well, if- Oh, I reconnect. Oh, the game was not paused though. That's a bit awkward. Yeah, it's supposed to auto pause, but it did not. It looks like most people have not. It looks like it was paused maybe because most people are in Pretty much the right spot. And looks like a small miracle. Jesus. Yeah, it looks like we are good to go. Well, it looks like the game did not pause. So now we're at 34 minutes and it was just 33:28. So Volvo, please fix game. Yeah, so it didn't pause or something. Fake it till you make it. No problem, man. Well, live and learn. I didn't show it on my stream, so that's not on me. No, I covered it. No, I covered it up, man. I switched overlays. I believe that you were gonna do that. I knew. Yeah. And the other 4 streams. Oh well, we did our best. And I guess we're just gonna play on this server here. Jesus. Oh god. This is the world we live in. This is the world we live in right now. Shivas is gonna be the choice for TC. And yeah, way to transition into semi-carry has Maelstrom. Maybe he goes for the BKB next with this Ogre Club, and we'll see if NaVi US trying to make some moves here. Albert is finished up for the Chaos Knight. He really does not have that much farm, to be honest. He's died a lot. It's good against Ush, but he has BKB, so... Oh god, snaking. This exemplifies Snaking's game. It's just 4-stabs himself onto the cliff. It's just perfect. And Ush is going to be able to pick up the Roche kill here. Abyss's Blade is finished up. There's the Aegis for himself. And Midas on that courier. And he is extremely farmed, like you mentioned, and now has the Aegis for himself as well. So Ush going to work. 280 CS. 22,000 net worth, and taking a look at the net worth overall, fairly even game. NaVi US leading just a little bit. Yeah, now they have nothing to do. Yeah, nothing to cancel it. It's not good. Not good if you're liking. BKB for Necro as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Just waste the whole duration. We'll see if it works here. And Ush does have the Abyssal now to... I mean, I guess if he's not the one getting Fiend's Grip, they have the Abyssal, but it seems pretty unlikely he's not the one getting Fiend's Grip. Now, there's the engagement. Way too going to eat a stun here. The ulti does miss from the AA thanks to a nice force staff, but they're just going to rotate, I think, now towards the mid lane, go to work with the Liquid Fire, go to work with Ush and all of his summons, and... Oh, they're actually a little afraid. They're going to back off. Yep. Good farm. Yeah, does pick that up. Interesting choice. I mean, I guess you can put that on Ush, and he can just run through, and then if they try to burst him down, they take a fair amount of damage from that, so I can understand that. And Ush just continuing farm. Is one way for them to help take down those illusions, which they're, like we talked about, up decent clear. Yeah, there's a huge smoke coming in though from the Sneaky Nick Assassins. They're gonna run right into Snaking. He's gonna try to get himself away. Yule's the stun. Now gonna be stuck next to Brax. We'll see if they're able to go to work here. Ice Path is going to go down, but BKB used. Ush though, gonna try to find a target in this fight. Abyssal on Mike. There's the Fiend's Grip. Ush locked down. Does have the Aegis and the BKB available though. Fluff and stuff getting right click down. No, they're not able to bring down Ush during it. There's the sight, but nothing happens as he does have that BKB on. Brax gonna go down now. This fight's a complete disaster for the Sneaky Nyx Assassins. TC is just barely gonna make it out, but they have no buybacks. They're gonna lose the racks here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
This might just be game, yeah. This is a pretty hard thing to come back from now. With the Aegis still up, that's going to be around for a little bit still. So they're just going to stay in the base. They're going to get two sides of Raxus here. That is a huge advantage for NaVi US. I'm not sure that there's... I mean, there is a way that Nyx Assassins can get back into this one. They do have the Necro to turn off buyback if they, mega late, but this looks really hard. Whitebeard TPing out. Caught by Nice Path. There's one extra Rax down. Ush. He's going to get brought back, but does still have the Aegis as well as the BKB, and his Fiend's Grip up. No, 24 seconds.
Dire's top tower.
Oh, there he's going to turn on the shapeshift. Whitebeard going to take a lot of damage here. He goes down. Now Fluff and Stuff, the one who is at risk, but does not have the Fiend's Grip, and they're just going to kill two more. And I think that might just be game. I think that's just it. Oh boy. Oh, they finally get him there. It's double BKB. This is their opportunity with Brax back up, and looks like Korok is going to go down here, but buildings are dying for the Nyx Assassins. They do still have one remaining Rax in this top lane. Oh, it has 11 HP. Someone just needs to go kill that. Oh, what a spike carapace. Oh, he's still going to go down. Buys back, and someone come kill this Rax. 11 HP. Someone just come tap it. Just poke it. And Korok does buy back. 3, 9, and 11, but it feels like his contribution to this game has been much better than that, honestly. I mean, he set up a lot of really, really great kills with the Blink, with the Impale, and the Vendetta, of course, as well, so. Book for Fogged.
Double damage.
Yeah, I mean, he has an MKB now. He has so much damage. It seems like Ush is just gonna go crazy in these fights. They don't have enough to deal with it. Like a heart. Yeah. He can't farm at all.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
They're either gonna go on Ush here, they're gonna catch him. Are they gonna be able to bring him down? Brax gonna use an ability on him. He gets pushed up, he's feed script, he's gonna go down, Fluff and stuff. Use it like we mentioned, way too. He's gonna go down as well, but reincarnating back up Brax, he's gonna get stuck in the middle of the fight. Looks like he's not gonna make it out of this one, but they do get way too on the way out. And Mike, though, looking like he might go down as well. There's the ice bat stuck in place. They right-click him down, snaking, gets to Ush, is back in the fight. He just fought back, eats it 3 times multicast, and that is extremely annoying, but you can up in the air, Whitebeard, even with this axe, even with the tankiness, he is gonna go down. 3 died, 2 do have buyback though, but no, there's 1. Just Chaos Knight doesn't have ulti though, so there's only so much he does here. Ulti coming in. Ush bought back just before this last fight started. Yeah. Snake King, he's gonna go down. He's not gonna be buying back. And did have the gold for it, so. Just so he can't buy back. Yeah, I agree.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A while. Yeah, that sounds about right. They're gonna initiate though. Razor, or TC rather, he cannot die. Him having a Razor in his hand is really killing me. And Ush going to work though. He's gonna kill Brax. No way Brax is making it out of this one. Does get a stun off before dying. Does that give NaVi US a window of opportunity to close this game out? It might.
I shall repay in kind.
Yeah, NaVi US playing tentatively. I mean, there is an Ags for Fog, so if he catches a bunch with the ulti, then that could be because you'd assume he gets sight. Now he's being pushed into the base. There's the feed script as well. Ush gonna go down. He gets sight this time, but does not have buyback like we mentioned. Way too low. It's gone to work in the middle of the fight, just chopping away. He has so much damage. He's getting procs with the Mjolnir as well. Finally, he goes down. And Ush is deleted. He's dead for 135 seconds. Yeah. He was just dead forever. Is there a max respawn timer?
Radiant's middle tower
Just
is
keeps
under
going.
attack.
Jesus. Well, maybe this, I mean, there's an opportunity with this new Scythe interaction that, you know, they can kill Ush and they just YOLO push and win. There's still a chance.
Invisibility!
Yeah, you can't really push out lanes because you have no blink. You can't really push them out fast because you're a CK. Yeah. So, Shiva's guard for TC is finished up. He bought back on the last fight. No, they're going to try to push down middle. Ush is still dead for 75 seconds. And if he gets up, dies again to that scythe, game might be over. US need to tread very lightly here. This looked like a sure win for them.
Middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Just be it. Yeah. Well, Brax, he's going to use that Phantasm, and there goes Borak moving forward. Ice Bath catching them all. Multi's going to come in. Nice chain. They're going to try to bring down Brax's illusions. Way too's here. He's going to get beads ripped up. Does have the reincarnation, so that's going to keep him alive for the moment. Brax caught. There's Ike's Mike moving forward, and they're not able to kill the Rax yet. Block looks like he is going to go down. Reaper Sight is available through it all. 500 hit. He has plenty of it. 2,000. Brax still just barely alive, 200 HP, still going to work. Ush is going to be back up here in 18 seconds. Brax so close to dying. Looks like he is going to be alive here. But they're slowly going to work on this Rax, and they still have the Reaper's Sight, but they are... Or they're going to use the Reaper Scythe on the way to. He's dead for 110 seconds. But now that opens the window for Ush to come back into the fight. Yule's up for fluff and stuff. Shapeshift going out here. Wow, they all escape.
Too soon.
Terrifying. Yeah.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Just try to kill me.
I mean, they didn't get any Raxes from that. They didn't get any Raxes from that mid push, and F4L being the popular guy he is. Phone ringing off the hook. And NaVi West is going to group up, try to defend. And it looks like this last push from Nick's Assassins, I think they're of the impression we're just going to push forward, try to sight someone in their base, make it so they can't buy back, end the game. So like you mentioned, they're going to have to kill Ush twice, and 20 seconds here for Way2 to come back up. Oh, they're going to disengage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yep. Now, all the meanwhile, they do have to pay attention to these side lanes, which are slowly pushing in. Brax buys a Reaver, and that's going to turn off his buyback in the next fight. Alright, here they're going to go on Ush. There's multicast. He's going to go down. They're actually able to take him down fairly easy because of those multicasts. Double Fire Blast. Very good. Ush. We'll see if he can get out. I think he just wants to get away from this fight. Now he's being script. Is the Reaper's Sight available? Yes, it is. He's going to go down. Looks like he did go down to it in the end. And now Way2, he goes down. Reincarnation back up. Ush dead for 120 seconds. 2 minutes here of death. And these multicasts are just going crazy. But they might even just get megas despite the fact that Ush is dead. They use everything to kill Ush, and they pay for it. Borak gets a triple kill. Snaking moving forward, freezes Mike. Yeah, I think they might have just lost. I think it's just over now. But it looked like a promising fight. They were able to kill Ush very quickly, but the rest of the team now with so much damage. Borak with an ultra kill. What a game from NaVi US. I think they played this one fairly well. It was a little scary there for a bit, but in the end.
NaVi US victory.
Yeah. Yep. Don't go anywhere, guys. Dota Pit Season number 2. Nyx Assassins versus NaVi US. Game number 1 in the books. Victory for NaVi US. I am What Is Hip. With me, F4L and Mott Packs from the Standard Deviants on stats. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. And also shout out to our sponsors, Sapphire, AMD, Twitch, Tesoro, and Sennheiser. See you guys in a few.